How we doing, everybody? It is Monday night. It is the 21st. This is episode 51, if you didn't know. We are 1 week away from it being 1 year. If you were a Seinfeld fan, you know. But yes, we come back here for 1 year.
I am not a fan. I've never seen enough to know the reference.
The soup Nazi. That's what they call him.
Okay.
Anyway,
No
yes.
soup for you.
No soup for you. You come back 1 year. Yes, that's what it is. But anyways, people, we are thrilled to have you here. We got a couple of things to go about. We're going to go over as much Black Friday stuff as we can from various companies. There's some companies that are behind the dime. They haven't showed what's going on yet. G Fuel, however, I said that next week we're going to be talking about the BOGO, and it's probably going to come early. How we doing, JN? How we going, Ehoff? And more people that are going to be entering the audience as we go along on this beautiful Monday night. It's a cold one as summer lost its custody battle to winter for Mother Nature, but life moves on. But yes, G Fuel starting off with a banger with this apple pie. I'm excited to try. What are your thoughts on the apple pie, Teach?
I think it's a really good idea. I am honestly considering getting BOGO this time around because I was a really big fan of raspberry pie, and I can't see them messing up apple pie, honestly.
You know, same. And I will say though, I do have some peach cobbler tubs. I might be trading very shortly.
Oh, peach cobbler! I've only had a few samples of that. I never actually bought that one, but peach cobbler was a banger.
Oh, absolutely.
As the show goes on, I'm gonna send you more and more Black Friday stuff that companies are doing.
Yes, I got this email actually that you just sent me. So we're gonna stick with G Fuel on this one. Let me can you quick and send me the G Fuel review, I guess you could say, for their lineup?
Yeah, I'll be sending you a bunch of companies. We'll be going over Black Friday stuff. We'll be reviewing some energy powder cans, all that good stuff, as we always normally do tonight too. We're still reviewing stuff as well.
Hey, JN, question. If you're thinking about that badly, just message me now, and I'm going to get back to you after the show is over. And while I'm at my notes and continuing my novel, hopefully I get some stuff tonight, I will get back to you and do the best I can. So, let's see. So, looking at this, and I'm going to pull it up for everybody on screen here. Yes, here and there, blah, blah, blah. So here's what I'm kind of thinking here. And they said, now they've took surveys, they've took polls. They said, hey, what do you want to do for next year, the following year? There's some people that said, hey, we want a candy apple over a pumpkin spice. And sure enough, Liquid Lullaby came out. And some people, the fact that some people say it's a big whiff, I mean, personally, I like it. Other people, understandable. And I can also understand that Juju caramel apple is better than G Fuel's. I do. Two different flavor profiles. But when you look at this, Teach, so they weren't sure if Honeyberry was going to be released again. So this one's very important. But if we look at the other ones, I don't know who asked for Sugar Plum, the few, the proud. Reskin of Divine Peach, I mean, I guess. I mean, me, I'm going to be just non-opinionated on that. Confetti Cake, they're kind of milking it. It was like, hey, every BOGO event, we're going to have it, whatever. Berry Bomb, Fazeberry, I mean, I guess some people really wanted it back, but I knew it was coming back anyway. Just didn't think it was BOGO worthy. So, I mean, outside apple pie, Honeyberry, I mean, Sour Pewds, I mean, thankfully don't get another reskin. It's technically a new flavor. So half of it I'm okay with, half of it I'm disappointed with. What are your thoughts on this matter?
So my honest thoughts is that this is a lot like last year. Where last year for Black Friday, we got all the reskins and just the Black Friday style. So let's just put it this way. Black Friday BOGO. Anytime G Fuel does a BOGO, it's always a W. You're literally getting a free tub. Who doesn't love free products? Like, a free tub's a free tub. Always a W.
Correct.
On the image we have above, Apple pie, I think, is a W. Sounds like a great flavor. I can't see them messing it up. Faceberry reskin, it's whatever. Let's be honest here, people. It was a giant seller for G Fuel. It was a classic staple of G Fuel. We really didn't see that going away. We know that was bound to come back. I can also tell you this won't provide any sources. There's probably going to be a can coming out with that as well.
I agree, because you got to replace the Fazeberry cans, and it's just a staple. It's like, hey, you're a new gas station. Hey, you're a new vendor. What are you getting? You're getting your Fazeberry, soon to be Berry Bomb, your Phase Rug, your PewDiePie, and, probably, Rainbow Sherbet cans. I'm not sure if they're selling them or not, but, essentially when everyone goes, oh, there's just the basics, you're going to find that Fazeberry now transition over to Berry Bomb. You're going to find that in the stores. So that was eventually going to be reskinned. But was it worthy? This flavor's been around since the OG Black Tub days. It was eventually going to come back because it's just a staple. That's just cut and dry. But My thought was, listen, every buy one, get one free is a W. My thought was the flavor profiling and rumors of what flavors were going to come back.
On that aspect, I kind of feel like it's an L. This is more of like a mixed opinion one, because like Berry Bomb, whatever we saw come back. I think Raspberry Pi coming back is a W. Sugar Plum, L. Sour PewDiePie, it's not a reskin, and everybody's like, well, PewDiePie's already sour. It's not sour, it's tart. I am curious to see how it is and what the level of sour is.
So my thought is there a chance that this sour Pews could turn out to be red Chug Rug?
Depending what you mean by that, no.
Basically, like it's sour blue Chug Rug, but lingonberry instead of blue raspberry?
Well, technically, then everything is just sour blue Chug Rug.
All right, fair enough. Maybe I'm just not thinking it right, or maybe
it's not. Yeah, it's not like a raspberry, like a regular raspberry. It's just lingonberry. I think honeyberry getting a restock is a W. These probably won't be the CBs, probably just the tubs.
Yes, the fact that it was like, hey, the figurine and the tub, and I want to get my hands on that, and I couldn't. It sold out within a couple hours, maybe if that. So the fact that this thing came back is amazing. Huge win, in my opinion.
I think the tub coming back is great for a restock. It's a flavor I'm honestly interested in to try. And I bring up the whole CB part because they're probably not going to be bringing back the collector box. But with the recent BoBgo that they have for collector boxes and all these other ones, like G Fuel is finding random CBs to bring back, which as a collector, in my opinion right now, I've had very mixed opinions on even keeping my collector boxes because I collect these to hold for value. They just brought back Bubblegum. Bubblegum's an L flavor, but it's still not the easiest CB to get.
You see, that's where we were talking about before, and we've actually been asked this multiple times, is G Fuel trying to do stuff with their old tubs? So my thought is, I remember, and I cannot give you how I've done this, we can't ruin it for everybody, but sources have told us that there is definitely not a shortage of bubblegum tubs. But if you look at it, right, Triple S Sniper Wolf, was she advertising? Bubblegum, because there's a ton of it. And what are the chances of them just reprinting boxes and remaking shakers to say, get these goddamn tubs out of here?
That's very possible. And again, I can't ever see G Fuel being truly malicious. That could be in legal reasons. While they are probably going to have a ton of leftover tubs of bubblegum, I can't see them ever just reboxing or making new shakers or any of it because they have old tubs that could be possibly soon expired.
Is there gonna be a chance where it's gonna be like because we talked about, I think it was last episode, where they're adding, what was it, Mega Potion with peach rings for basically an extra 5 hours.
I would rather see them do that.
Is this gonna be like Juju, where they're gonna be like, hey, are you a collector? Are you a G Fuel phenomenon? You want it for the shelf? You want to give it to a friend? You want to give it to a Christmas gift that you are okay with them not liking? And just saying, food for thought. Bubblegum tub, $5. Yay.
I would, if they were truly going to do something like that, I think they needed to do it publicly in the sense, do it like Juju did, where it's like, hey, you got a couple months left to get this tub, they're about to expire, but we're selling it to you dirt cheap. I can't personally see G Fuel saying, here's 35, here's $40 for a collector box, oh, and they expire in 2 months. I can't see that happening.
Neither can I.
And then people always like to bring up the ridiculous idea of, well, they're using expired powder, but they're just reusing they're making new tubs and new boxes. And I don't personally see G Fuel going down that road and actually being that malicious or possibly trying to repackage expired powder. That's not a thing.
There's been a lot of rumors about that. So they said, hey, sugar plum sucked, so they took the rest of the sugar plum tubs and they used it to help make health potion. You remember that rumor?
I mean, that's just people making up stuff at this
point. No,
but
if you think about it, it wasn't that much of a reach. Like, hey, this is a plum flavor. They took sugar plum, all the things that didn't sell, and they put them in 6 CBs because health potion came with 6 different shakers. Like, I thought it was funny. Like, I thought it was a good joke, but I didn't take it seriously.
Yeah, sure. Good memer, but they definitely didn't take sugar plum to make that, because like sugar plum has a whole identity to it. You would have tasted it for sure. There's no way to hide that like hellacious flavor.
Absolutely not.
I think it's kind of an L that Divine Peach is getting it's mixed pains. Like, Divine Peach is on the BOGO, but here's a reskin of it. They're calling it remastered. It's the same flavor, just a new design. I think the design's cool, but I don't think it needs to be there at this point. Like Confetti Cake, it's kind of an L to see that up there, because how long has Confetti Cake been returned on a BOGO here or there, or how many times
got released last December BOGO, New Year's Eve BOGO, if I remember.
But from December to now, there's been so many chances to get Confetti Cake. Like when they had G Fuel's birthday, it's been on the rewards program for so long. Like, there's many opportunities.
Well, that's why I'm saying, like, that's going to be a special, limited, exclusive, like, put all these labels on it, release. My thought is just like you. If you wanted Confetti Cake by now, you would have gotten it. And if you didn't want anything about it, you're not buying it. You might as well just stay there on the website. You know what I mean? It's just like, hey, you want cake? Okay, give them cake. Let them eat cake. Let them drink cake.
But as always, G Fuel BOGO, buy one, get one free. Always a W. The whole little promo thing that they have, in my honesty, is kind of an L, because it's nothing really special.
So, going on to other things, let's see. Rogue, I know, is doing... in their starter kits, the shaker's free. Ghost Energy is doing a 30% site-wide from the 23rd. That's Wednesday this month till the end of Monday.
I say if you want to pull that graphic up, because there's a lot for Ghost.
We apologize if you are not listening to this. If you're listening, not watching this program, but.
I mean, that's why we explain it all. So,
free hat with order for $150
from Wednesday 11/23 to Monday 11/28. They have a limited restock Ghost Legend X Savage Miami Vice, whatever that flavor is. We haven't tried a lot of other Ghost stuff. Looks like they have some cool little promotion going on Friday, November 25th. Random free pin, gold pin winners. 30% off site-wide is the main thing. Code BFCM, 30% off site-wide.
Interesting to say the least. And if we go to... I just got to click off that for a moment. If we go to... so Rogue is going back to buy one, get one free. Okay. So I was actually on the site recently just to see what's going on there. I actually did order myself a starter kit and some cans just because if I didn't want you, I wanted to bite the bullet here. If I said to you and Ty, hey, don't bother, these suck, I'm not wasting your time.
I say I've been meaning to buy Rogue for us for a long time. We've been meaning to try Rogue for a long time. Yes. But I just sent you a better graphic right there, which I actually like what Rogue is doing for a promo. I am very interested to try Rogue. After the show, I will have to talk to you then and see what all you got for Rogue so we can get Rogue together and do a full episode over it.
A starter kit and Well, all 3 cans.
Okay.
Just the solo.
So the easier graphic for Rogue, if you guys are looking to try Rogue, is from November 21st today to November 27th. Buy a starter kit, get a shaker free, which is essentially you're getting your starter kit, which already comes with a shaker in 7 flavors. And you're getting an extra free shaker. Buy one, get one free on tubs. W. And then I like what they're doing here with depending on the amount you spend, you're getting a gift card back. So if you spend $50, you get $5 gift card. If you spend $100, you get a $10 gift card. Spend $150, a $20 gift card. And then assumably when you spend $200, you're going to get a $20 gift card, assumably, but otherwise you're getting the Atlas Custom V1 mouse.
How much does that thing go for, just out of curiosity?
I don't know, but fun fact for everybody who does not know, Rogue actually has a partner company they created called Empire, and that is Empire's first mouse called the Atlas Custom V1. Now, I have a good friend, Destiny content creator called Perception. He is a Rogue partner. He's also an Empire partner, so he's been using this mouse for a while now. So I think it's kind of interesting to see them include that as well.
Interesting. And we've been talking about a lot of Advanced GG lately, so if you didn't know, I'm obviously wearing the workout shirts that they got, and for $10 plus the code, I mean, I gotta figure out how this does in the dryer, but comfortable so far. I actually just put it on today. I wanted to wear it for the show to let everybody know. But as far as the Black Friday goes for Advanced GG,
we don't know yet.
They got every single. There's 5 drops. One's tomorrow, one's Wednesday, one's Thanksgiving, one's Black Friday, and one is Cyber Monday. And we can only go by these silhouettes. So for what it looks like here, it looks like merch for tomorrow, shakers for Wednesday, Thanksgiving. It looks like a shaker, a tub, and something else. I'm not sure if that's some sort of bundle. It's a reach, but it might be the Splitgate bundle actually, because I see the ice shaker, I see a tub, and since the tub, I mean, you kind of see these things, they're smaller. That might be the Splitgate coin. Then there's some tub stuff going on Friday and Monday.
As far as Juju has not released anything yet.
Not yet.
BOGO deals. As far as Glitch with the Y has not announced anything yet for BOGO.
Glitch I, which we don't care about, apparently has hinted something, and they're hinting a hydration.
Now it appears Maw doesn't really use their Twitter anymore.
They haven't in quite some time.
Let me check the website.
To let you know about that one, Ty, about the Splitgate bundle. Let's see.
And at least from what I can tell so far, Maw doesn't.
With the coin, actually, he's right. That went down. I thought that was $70 before. Yeah, so you get a tub, a shaker, and the coin at $60. That's pretty freaking good.
Maw doesn't have anything on their website about a BOGO, but Maw still has the RIP Harambe Collection Edition going on. They still also have their 3 for $50, so you can get 3 tubs for $50, which in my opinion, 3 tubs of Arctic Owl for $50 is a steal.
Absolutely. And we did a comparison to Pink Grapefruit versus Arctic Howl. And like I said before, G Fuel Pink Grapefruit is an A. Arctic Howl is a B. Does it fit the craving? To some, yes. To some, no.
To me personally, if you want G Fuel Grapefruit, it's not the exact same, but get some Arctic Owl because it's still a very delicious, very good
It's basically the generic brand of it, yes. So, before we go more into it, Teach, we do have some questions from viewers. And before we get to that, don't we both have something to try on the show?
We do.
So, Teach wanted me to try Falcon Punch V2. So I'm just gonna be making that shaker right now and letting this sit for a moment. Just a heads up. You were saying, Teach?
I say that's pretty much it as far as we know on any BOGOs going on. So if you guys are listening in on Spotify,
Yeah, and it actually went a lot faster than I thought it would. We usually don't get that. We usually don't get this way. There's only been like one time where we've actually been like, wow, we're a little short.
I do have a very, very funny topic at the very end of the show, though, for us to go over that I just found
gracious.
that I think is a good laugh.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So Relly tonight will be trying Falcon Smash V1, which is the main thing I've been drinking a ton of by Glitch, and I really do like it, honestly.
It's got that nice purple to it.
It's got a nice blue, and then we haven't went over it, but I will be trying sour green apple. Oh, last minute one to also say, and it's funny to bring them up. GNC is also having a deal on the website or locally to where it's buy one get one half off on most stuff generally. I just visited there today, and on all cases and all cans, it was buy one get one half off, and it's a general deal, and it's majority of the stuff on their website is that deal.
It's also making me think about us doing a caffeinated Christmas, because I'm thinking about really doing something. I haven't made my mind yet. Also, everybody, it came.
He did get Litecoin. I've been meaning to make some big orders here with them myself.
So the way that I would describe this now, again, every time that you have a packet or a satchel, whatever you want to call it, when it comes in a pack, it's much different because it's kind of like I tried Ninja Cotton Candy and it was one scoop and I didn't like it. I thought it was too light. But we also got remember that Ninja takes a tall boy, fills half of it with ice, and he dumps 2 scoops in no matter what. So I think maybe to him it's fine because he likes a weaker scoop. So my thought was, it seems weird, but I've been drinking mine, tall boy filled up with 24 to 26 ounces to 1 scoop. Not the recommended 12 like some say.
I mean, I drink my Glitch with 2 scoops and a tall boy filled all the way to the top, and you get a lot more of that flavor. And then Glitch still has that, like, if you're drinking G Fuel or really any other brand, you're not going to get used to Glitch. I've gotten really used to drinking Glitch, and once you get more used to it, I think you start to like it more, honestly.
Some of the stuff with the ingredients, I will say, it does seem a little more, what's the word, chemical?
There's definitely no chemical.
No, I'm just saying that it's a chemical-like smell to it.
I think you want to probably, like, I don't think chemical is the right way to put it. Because I have definitely got no chemical from it. Because technically, once you start saying it smells chemically, then we're going into a whole different ballpark, and that's just like an X right there.
Ooh. The aftertaste I gotta get used to, because it starts off good, but then you know what I'm talking about? It
has that little bite after.
It's got that little negative bite afterwards. I will say though, as far as the Litecoin, it's definitely a blueberry, and depending on your water, that citrus might be lemon, and it might be grapefruit, depending on your sip. Again, I've been messing around with this for a little bit, and there's been some times where I feel like I taste blueberry grapefruit, and there is some times where, and again, I feel bad because like sometimes it's like, you know, you adjust your water difference, your powder ratio, and you know, it's like I'm here in the lab trying to reinvent the wheel over here. But there's actually one time where I forgot how I made it, but it tasted like ice shatter but tart. Interesting, right?
Yeah. Now, when trying Falcon Smash now, because a lot of the V1 we originally tried, for you the V2 I should say, we originally tried, you were doing in a 16 ounce, and now that you have it fully to the top, do you feel like, and this is how I personally view it, that Glitch tastes better in a tall boy all the way to the top? You get more of the actual flavor out of it. You taste the sourness, you taste the blue raspberry.
It's much more smoother, I will say. The aftertaste I still have to get used to, but as far as the flavor profile, it's not yummy like it used to be, like the Glitch V1. But as far as this flavor itself, I can get behind it. I can actually get behind this. I mean, it's a comfort flavor, and again, it's difficult to screw up a sour blue raspberry, in my opinion. But again, I hate chug rugs, so I digress.
Because I've said from the start, and I'll
This
say it again,
is-
even being
this
with
is
Glitch
smooth.
and having a code, if they have a flavor that's whack, I'm gonna call them out. Because like when we first tried Dragon Sweat, I haven't tried Dragon Sweat in a tall boy, but that definitely didn't hit the mark at all. It definitely wasn't like
The
V1, and we
first
did our
Dragon
V1 to
Sweat-
V2 comparison.
The first Dragon Sweat over the moon. The second time, we're pulling our hair out going, what the hell are we doing here? Listen, I know I just got a haircut, but I don't want to pull my hair out over a bad flavor that used to be good. Not happening.
So what do you rate V2 Falcon Smash?
Huh. So out of 5 stars, 3.5 star. So I actually did a rating where I'm trying not to do halves, but the difference between a regular 3-star and a 3.5, 3.5, I'm more likely of buying a tub. But I think it's very respectable. I mean, sour blue raspberry is never supposed to be your top for the most part, but it's a comfort flavor. It's smooth. I like it. I can get behind it.
Now, something I know you have tried, but I don't think we have actually tried this on the show, and we even made a TikTok about it. You did as well. So if you guys aren't following us on TikTok, you really should, because we've been amping up content on there, and follow the socials, the Twitter, the TikTok, all that good jazz. But for me to try it for the first time, Ghost, Airheads, Sour Green Apple.
I hope you're gonna love this as much as I do.
Smell is amazing. Okay. I'm gonna have to chop this video up in bits for TikTok, but I typically can't drink Ghost. And we've said this a lot of times on the show, at least for me personally. I can't drink a lot of Ghost cans. I don't know what it is actually in the ingredients, but it always upsets my stomach compared to any other energy drink or any other energy supplement I've drank before.
Likewise.
But Sour Green Apple, Warhead Ghost. 10 out, like, realistically, I think this is their best can.
You see, I knew you would agree with me. This is the best can they've made by far.
Yeah.
There's no argument. There's no debate.
Ghost Warhead Sour Green Apple is an easy 8 out of 10. The sour's there. They killed it with the green apple. This is a phenomenal can, honestly.
You rank that an 8 out of 10?
This is an 8 out of 10. The sour is there, and I really like the sours actually hitting, and I really like that green apple. This is a stellar clan. I wish...
For me, this is 5 stars, easily.
I don't think it's a 9. If I could drink more Ghost, I would. This is my number 1 Ghost can.
Absolutely. There's not a debate.
And speaking of the GNC deal, this, at the current time of me saying this to my knowledge, is a GNC exclusive and can only be found there as far as I'm aware at this current time, so please correct me if I'm wrong. But if you want some, go hit your GNC up, locally or online, buy one, get one half off on some Ghost Warhead.
Gotcha. So,
And
you ready for...
you were hyped about it.
Yes, absolutely. And again, I have that same problem with my stomach. Like, it's weird. I feel like if I'm on the go and I gradually sip it as time goes on, I'm fine. But I feel like when I'm sitting down and I'm like at my desk trying to grind, I feel, I don't know, feel a little bloaty or whatever it is. I got to figure it out.
The funny thing I'm realizing is I'm going to call this a lip smacker can as a rating, because you take a drink and I lick my lips afterwards. You're like, A little
licking your
That's
lips,
sour.
licking your fingers.
That green
over
apple.
Yes.
That's an 8.
I actually thought you'd rank that higher, believe it or not. And listen, I know you're tough. You are very tough.
I think
I think you're gonna rate that about 9.
to me, I'd go as high as an 8.5. This is a stellar can. The flavor's there, the sour's there, the green apple's there. I feel like for what we do as a role with this podcast, we have to be very critical.
Understood. So here's my next question. Do you think G Fuel could make as good or better a can with that flavor than that? Could G Fuel make a better sour green apple can?
We've never seen G Fuel do green apple in a can.
Yet, but we've asked them to for quite some time. I'm one of those guys.
Honestly, based on your question, yes. I could see G Fuel making equally, if not better. I think it would be more on the equal lines. So here's the real difference. And it's kind of a hard thing when you really think about it. Because what's the green apple based on, really?
Warhead.
This is going to be like a candy green apple. I think if G Fuel will to do it, it's going to be a sour green apple base. Just green apple, sour base. That's it. I think they're going to do it more fruit realistic. This is going to be more candy. So I think they're going to be very similar, but on different levels, different profiles. Candy versus realistic fruit.
I think if you go by just taste, I don't think G Fuel is making a better sour green apple than that Ghost can.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just my thought. But if it ever happened, I will obviously admit my defeat. I mean, again, I've always said this on the show. If I use my mouth and it ends up, being wrong, if I'm proven wrong, if I get shut up, I will take my loss with grace. I will apologize. I will give flowers when it's due. So, you ready to some of the list that we have here?
Yes, sir.
These were these were questions that were asked by just some people that have been casually watching the show. So I'll have you go first on this question. How did the two of you start podcasting?
Man, I feel like these are almost episode 20 or 52 questions that we should be taking next week.
Probably, but I mean, we got a lot to go on for next week. Think about it.
So, say the question one more time.
How did the two of you start podcasting? Like, what got you into podcasting? What got me into podcasting?
So, I've never done a podcast before. I've never truly had a podcast before. In any way. But me, in my later life, doing more and more content creation and involving more myself into Caffeine Fiend, and researching and looking into it, I knew that there was never an energy drink supplement or energy drink truly podcast that we do. There's similar ones out there, but they don't do exactly what we do. And I always kind of knew that this is a growing industry and this would evolve more and more, and someone out there needed to make content on it. And I felt like I could do that, and I just need a co-host. And many people who are part of this podcast experience know of a big G Fuel Facebook group. And Relly had made a comment, something about that on a post, and I was like, man, this guy kind of has the same mindset I do on the content I want to create. So, like, while Relly answers us too, he'll answer similarly. We weren't friends, we hardly knew each other. We just kind of said, hey, we both have this in mind. Do we want to do a test trial and see how it goes? So we did 2 or 3 episodes. We shot it, pre-recorded it, later uploaded it. Anytime you start something new, it's not 100% perfect. It's a little rough, and we just kind of saw that we had potential with this. We saw that there was potential with the idea of this, and just kept pushing, kept going on. And then as we kept creating episodes and doing more and more, we found out that we actually had chemistry as co-hosts, as well as we had chemistry as business partners, as friends, as more. And we just stuck with it from there.
So This whole podcasting thing, so it's actually been quite the roller coaster. So this goes back to, and I've done YouTube videos before, done vlogs before, but it's different when you make skits and videos versus you're talking in front of a camera or a microphone for like an hour. You know what I mean? And I've thought about some things, certain topics, and it wasn't easy back then because everyone's like, "Well, what the hell do you want to upload an hour and a half of content for?" Like even when people were on a SoundCloud, they're like, "Yeah, you got like 3 hours worth of space, and after that, you got to pay." And you know, it's like, "Hey, great, 2 episodes, then you have to pay, and you have no idea if how, you have no idea if you're all in after 2 episodes." Just how it is. I mean, I thought about certain stuff before, but I mean, as far as like actually doing it, I mean, the real big part where I actually started getting on StreamYard and all that, so it goes during quarantine time. So I was getting out of a 8-year relationship, was not my call. This is April 2020, so the shutdown's happening. I'm still working every day because I'm a mandatory worker, all that. I'm going through my Facebook timeline, and at the time, it was these guys from California. Basically, they're not in school right now, they're going remote. And at the time, this was the Worst Take Network. That was the actual name of it. This eventually went into undrafted media that actually got shut down at some point. So, unfortunately, I'm not involved with them. But there was a bunch of other contents in there. The biggest one, Anthony K, is Sports Fluent. He's from Toronto. They had me just writing at first, and eventually they're like, "Dude, you got to voice this sometime." And I'm like, "I don't know, man. I'm just a journalist." Like, I mean, Teach, you know this. I'm more of an author. I'm more of a writing type of guy, and
Mm-hmm.
I never knew if I was just, having that personality for it. But they had me try it, and it went on for months, and I actually put it down for a year, and I actually just recently got back to doing it. But I just remember going casually, just being like, "Hey, are there guys like, is there content creators basically talking about the BOGO events, other brands that are better for this flavor? Like, hey, G Fuel doesn't make a cranberry at the time, but this brand does. Try this." Like, I'm thinking, hey, do I go in my garage, grab myself a drink, grab myself a cigar, and just listen to something like this? And the fact that there was nothing there, and then you go, we should probably try this. And I remember a comment being like, "We doing this right now?" And then it lingers for a day, and
Yep.
then you say DM me, and I'm like, I'm not sure where this is going, but let's try this out. And I'll fast forward, people. Four episodes. If you ever click on videos, you only see 4 episodes. It's because those were uploaded. We tried 4 episodes before we did this for real, before we found out there was a live feature. And remember to go to the live tab for the previous episodes. Because if you're going to go underneath videos, you're going to find nothing. You got to go underneath the live tab. But it's been a great year. All right.
Amen.
Next question. Favorite Mountain Dew all time?
Really, you go first on this one.
To be specific, Mountain Dew Baja Blast in the 12-ounce can. Tastes better in the can.
So, to whomever may have asked this, I am sorry for disappointing you here. The story of me originally getting into G Fuels because I used to be a Mountain Dew fiend, and I would drink a metric ton throughout the day just to get my little bit of caffeine. I can't honestly answer that question because I love so many flavors independently, and I've tried almost every single flavor to come out. Even to this day, I don't drink sugar anymore. I still tried the newest ones. Like, there's so many I love. Voltage, Baja's a classic. Like, Baja is just so good.
Could you narrow it down to top 3, maybe? Because I could narrow it down to top 3. I could go Baja Blast. I can go, what's that? The Mountain Dew Pineapple.
Oh.
And I don't know, does the Kickstarts count?
It's technically Mountain Dew.
Kickstart Black Cherry.
Baja Voltage. And this one's not easy to find, but I did like it a lot. If you have a Sam's Club near you, go to your local Sam's Club, go up to the food court, get a slice of Zog, get a hot dog, whatever. They have an exclusive Mountain Dew flavor, and I forget the name of it, but it's also extremely good. But technically, since that one may not be accessible, yeah, they do. It's really good. Since everybody may not have that accessible, I guess I'd have to go with Spark, even though they technically have redone Spark, so they used to have a flavor similar to it, but I'm a big fan of that.
I did say all the time.
Yeah.
Because if it's like on the market, well, technically I can't find Baja Blast unless they make it correct ratio at my Taco Bell, which most of the time they don't.
But like, you could come up to me with any flavor of Mountain Dew, and I'm not gonna say no to it. Like Typhoon was so good. What was the other? Like Pitch Black. There's rumors of them bringing back Pitch Black, and I'm a big fan of Pitch Black.
Yes. Let's see. Dream job. Well, I mean, for me, that's easier. If I could be an author full time, so I could help with friends, family, be at my desk, do more content creating while I'm writing novels, that'd be amazing. But beggars can't be choosers.
So for those that don't know me on a personal level, my true actual profession background, which I have certifications and I just don't have my degrees fully done for them, is I'm certified as a computer IT through Cisco, and I would love to be a network administration for companies, whoever it may be out there. Network admin would probably be preferred, or cybersecurity would be preferred. I would just love to have an actual good, well-paying job, good benefits, all that good jazz for whatever company may provide it. True dream job would be my current side hustle now, which is streaming content creation and being able to do content creation full time, because it is a fun passion that I love to do, but it is not easy and people underestimate it so much.
Yeah,
for a silly reference for people to truly understand, Relly and I next week will have done this podcast for an entire year. I'll have anybody take a guess as to how much money Relly and I have made from this podcast over this past year? Take a wild guess how much we've made. Guess how much him and I have split over this past year making content. A fat zero. We have made $0.00, and that is a-okay, and we still love doing it to this day. And anytime we do giveaways, we are literally just giving that out of our pure heart back to you guys whenever we've done them the past year.
I mean, essentially, it's about giving back to a lot of good people. Again, I don't know what I'm going to do for this Christmas giveaway that I have an idea of. And I don't want to spoil or I don't want to hint anything, because I also, money is tough right now for the both of us. And I don't want to give anybody false hope. So I got to try to do the best I can. I'm glad that everybody understands. But this is all about us just doing what we love, man. Let's see. Going to move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. If you can change one thing about G Fuel, what would it be? If I had changed one thing about G Fuel, I would say customer service sucks ass. I'm sorry. But if I'm changing one thing about that company, the customer service has to be better, because there's been too many times where everyone gives them an email and they get nothing. Or they're like, oh, you have to go to the Discord. Well, what happens if somebody, and there's a lot of people that drink G Fuel, they don't care about streamers, they don't care about Discord. What about that? What about those people? What, you got to go through somebody from the Discord who's having a good day to get a reply, hopefully? No, you got to do better than that.
Now, I've never had really any issues with their customer support, and I've only ever had to go through them one time, and I went through email, and they got it fixed, no problem. They helped me out. It was just, hey, I try to buy something, it didn't take the code. Can I use a 30% off code? And they're like, yeah, we reimburse me the money. My one thing I would change, this may be controversial and it may poke some heartstrings. I would change June of this past year about that company. I feel like the things that went down in June still didn't need to happen. I would love to see the people that were working there, the managers, content creator managers, whatever, come back. I would love to see a better environment there. It's a company we know and loved, and that gave many people mixed opinions like in people's mouths. And like even a hot take. Really, here's a funny thing. Ever since that has happened, and you know this as well as I do, something I've noticed as a trend is that ever since this has happened, buy-sell trading of G Fuel has kind of come down.
Yes. There's some people that don't care, and there's some people that moved on to other brands. Now, listen, if you go by taste-wise, I think that G Fuel is still one of the betters that taste-wise, it's a better product. But as far as content creators, as far as products, and we remember when Shakers used to stay on the website for less than a month and then click, all of them would be gone. Collecting's gone down. Reselling has gone down. Everything.
Even I've been on the fringe lately of wondering if I still want to collect. Like, I may sell off my collector box collection, but I'll still probably keep the fridge because that's just convenient and cool.
Yeah.
But
it's not hard to not be a piece of shit. Simple.
Honestly, the easier way I'll give that answer is if I were to change one thing by G Fuel, it would be get a new CEO.
I mean, office supplies and everything else. And again, if somebody wanted to actually talk to us, and again, I can say that about a lot of companies. Like, there was one where, I'm not going to say the brand, but I contacted their customer service, and this is like, hey, what do we need for anything? And I talked to them about what we do, and they said, this is for orders only. This is the person to contact. And that was over a week later. And I contacted that said person, and I've gotten nothing. So I have no idea if that's not him reading it, or if that's you're not worth my time, go to hell. I don't know what that is, but again, customer service needs to be on point. There's a reason why I have a heart for some other brands than others. And I'm not going to say who's been good, who's been bad, who's on the naughty list, who's on the nice list, but it's a part of the game. At the end of the day, it's just business. We good for the next one?
Actually, don't mind me. I'm currently on our Twitter retweeting all the companies that are doing BOGOs.
Understood. You do what you gotta do. I'm just I always just double check in case we got comments or anything else to add. Favorite game series?
Fuck. Oh, God.
There's a lot of good series that I like, but what I'm playing right now is my childhood. I've been playing Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter, and currently Ratchet and Clank.
I'm gonna give you a top 3 for this one. I can't say just one.
You see, that's why I'm doing top 3.
Within the top 3 in no particular order. Mass Effect, Dragon Age. I'd never truly got to play the first one, but I feel like this has to be mentioned for the amount of hours, blood, sweat, tears, time, and how I've revolved my life and content around this game. But Destiny. Destiny 2 specifically.
Understood. Which kind of goes into the next one. Favorite game, weapon, or weapons? Oof. I actually know mine. Ratchet and Clank 3, Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal is the real title. It is called the Rift Ripper.
Okay.
So what this is, you shoot it, and if the enemy's small enough, they get teleported, they get sucked into a portal and go into another dimension. And if the enemy is too big, or if it's near the portal, they get electrocuted.
So for meme purposes, because I love to make everybody have a good laugh here, mine would be ray gun. Because, revive me, bro, I got ray gun. Otherwise, truly, that's such a hard question.
The ray gun from Call of Duty World at War was pretty sweet, though.
Favorite weapon all time video game.
Favorite
Like
video game?
it's
Nothing.
kind of hard to say because it's technically like there's a lot of games that just have like a generic AR in some way, but they slightly adapt it to make it more enticing for the game.
I know some guys it would be the Halo sniper.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to give this as my answer just because it holds a special place in my heart, and many people I will connect to with this. But I'm going to say the Modern Warfare 2, not new one, the OG Modern Warfare 2 Intervention. The amount of time that I had fun with friends on Rust doing 1v1 battles, quick scoping, intervention only.
You were one of those, huh? You son of a bitch.
360 double Y off a ladder, no scope, like trick shots. That was a blast and a part of my life I will never get back. That I always
you dirty bastard.
Yep.
You son of a bitch.
Fugazi.
That's oh my god. Whew. Anyways, moving on. Favorite all-time shaker. Ooh.
Mine's real easy, and I think a lot of people would actually be surprised by mine.
Unicorn?
No. Technically two, but really one.
What you got?
So my first one would be, and these are both G Fuel shakers.
I imagine.
The first one is the Halo Championship Edition G Fuel shaker.
Yep.
Halo's a big part of my life. I love the color design.
I thought about that too.
My second one, my true favorite, and like I remember there's a point in time where I think I have 4 of these now, and 2 of them have cracked, if not 3. And I have a clean one actually right here. Because I used to use this thing nonstop, still do, and it's just a go-to classic. I love how it looks, and it just has a place in my heart.
The Twitch.
Purple Twitch Tallboy. It's a Tallboy. It's Twitch. That's resembling to me. It's just a classic. The purple and the silver. It looks classy. It looks good. But honorable mention, because I will always have a deep place in my heart for this fantastic line series of shakers that are very exclusive that you can't get your hands on unless you're on the inn. Good luck with that. Any of my near and dear Plugs Rush shakers.
Plug shaker honorable mention, the first one I received, but if I had to go by my favorite, well, this is the one where I truly had to work for it, and I'm pretty sure you know what that one is.
Okay.
This right here is the regional Northeast. Now, if anyone
I know what you mean.
Now, so if anyone didn't know, if you're new to the show, I was working waste management. I was sorting through cardboard, and I'm broke. I'm tired, and it said 50 miles on GPS, so I thought no problem. I couldn't make it Saturday because, well, simply because by the time I got to work, I'm filthy as hell. I got a shower, and Saturday. So here's the thing: if I had to get to Northeast, I had to go to Long Island. And by the way, that's one word in my opinion: Long Island. So I gotta go through the Bronx to get to this son of a bitch. And as far as road time, it was a little over 2 hours for me to get to the Walmart in Long Island. And it was like, hey, again, I was broke. I didn't want to commit to anything. I didn't want to give false hope to anybody. I didn't want to, take orders, let everybody down. I couldn't grab my. I was gonna eventually, like, if I planned it out to do favors for everybody, I would grab my father's car, bigger, no tools in it, got space. And I didn't want to tell really anybody this, just that it was an idea, because I didn't want to give anybody false hope. And I did not want to drive 2.5 hours one way, and round trip it would be about 5 hours of driving for that day. even, Hovlane, all that. But I ended up getting three of these guys. And sure enough, I have one, Teach has one, and two very good friends of ours basically share one because they live together. I was stressed out of my mind, thinking that this was not going to happen. So not only do I love this, not only am I very happy that I didn't have to go to, downtown Manhattan and Uber these to my car because I thought that was going to be the case. But when you work so hard for something, you cherish it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is that one. That's why it's got a spot on the shelf. I almost want to frame that. Ooh, okay. Next question. Let's see. If you could design your own shaker, what would it be?
I cannot answer this for potential surprises, spoilers in the past because I have actually been working on something since June that I told Relly a long time ago I would get done and make for him, and kind of put it off. So no spoilers, but there's something in the works.
Well, if I were to have my own, and here's something that actually I don't think many people know this. So I actually had to update the drip, updated the last couple of years. So if you look at if you're listening on Spotify or your favorite podcast platform, you're not going to see this, but if you look at my chain, at one point there was a coin, at one point there was a cross, and after my cross broke and I couldn't get it fixed, I ended up going with an Ankh. And some people are saying, what is this? And there's a lot of people that don't know what it means. It was a very difficult part that I was battling through, and the Ankh actually symbolized life, to cherish it, to love it, to know the ups and downs, to appreciate just life. And it stuck with me. So I've actually tried to order this, and they actually canceled it because they thought I was a freaking, doing some trademark infringement. But if I actually had an Ankh on a shaker, black shaker, silver Ankh, and it had Relly in it, goated. Absolutely goated.
I will note, one thing I would like to see come back to shakers, I think is a small thing, but I personally like, is like G Fuel shakers. They don't have it. They've only had a very couple in the past that have had it, but most don't. I am a big fan of when shakers actually have this back little lip, so that way if you don't have a spot to put it in, you can carry it easily and accessibly on the backpack or something. I'm a big fan of this back lip.
I am too. I don't use it because I put it in a lunchbox, but I get you. All right. On to I think this is the last question here.
Okay.
What is the favorite thing you like about your co-host?
Oh. Save the
man.
best one for last.
Wow. That's a tall order. Only one?
Do you need a minute?
Well, let's see. When you're streaming, you got the jazz playing and I'm writing. I feel like that tops off and I feel like that just makes Monday good or bad. I think it just makes it complete, and I feel like I can go to bed peacefully. Like I feel satisfied.
That's like not something you like about your co-host. I'll let you think about it for a second. I'll go first.
Are just freaking great. Like as far as you as a content creator, that's great. But that's just one thing. I mean, your sense of humor, the knowledge, and if you're gonna say that you don't have charm, you are capping like an MFer.
What do I like most about my co-host? Technically a two-parter. Is that no matter what Relly is going through, no matter what situation he is currently in, he still always tries to stay optimistic personally, but he always still also tries to, more importantly, be optimistic for others. Two, Relly doesn't like to give up. And I will say this right now, and I've never told this to Relly personally. One thing I was always worried about with doing this podcast is that we would make it 6 months through and it would just fall out. And I even told Relly from the beginning, and he can mark my words. I told Relly this would be an uphill battle. We're going to start at the very bottom of the hill, and even when we feel like we're making good success, we're nowhere even near the top. And with that, this is going to take years to climb and years to reach. And not once has Relly thought about giving up. And even when not on the podcast, he has real life hard situations going on. He's not giving up either.
I mean, I've said a lot of things to Teach, and just to let everybody know, obviously we talk off camera.
Oh, we do? I thought we just showed up every Monday and we're like, crap. I didn't know we talked off camera.
I talked to him 10 minutes before the show, 10 minutes after. Yeah, okay. Of course I talked to this guy off camera. And there was actually a time where we were actually late to a show, and this is when Teach is telling us that he's doing a charity stream, all that, and so I actually had to mute my mic because and this person knew I was about to air, like literally, I'm about to hit click and start this. I get a very important phone call.
Oh, this is when we had Jake last time.
When you were around with Jake, yes. So
yeah,
Jacob Walker and Teach are literally in this call. I'm 30 seconds away from hitting the button, and I get a call saying that someone very close to me is being tested because they have to go back for another test screening to see if they have cancer. And with that person in bad health, it hit me like a ton of bricks. And Teach and Jake just look at me and listen, I got no shame from it. I'm trying not to explode with the waterworks at this time. And they said, do you want to get him in? Do you want to put this on hold? Do you want to do this tomorrow? And I just said, listen, I'm either going to melt down, ruin my night, and I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight because I'm going to be stressing like mad, or the show is going to go on. And just recently I found out that we had somebody who, again, this was another gathering during the summer, we found out that his father died before half the people showed up to this gathering. And he didn't tell a soul. His roommate basically told me and the other 3 guys that were there. And I thought to myself, if Fred can do this, so can I. And we did the show. I mean, the one thing is that, and thank you, Teach, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Do I lack confidence a lot of times? And there's some times where I feel like I don't have enough confidence to look in the mirror. I think that happens to everybody once in a while. But God damn it, I'm not going to take it lying down. That's just how I am. I got too many people going through too much crap for me to give up.
Mm-hmm.
And I will stand by that for everybody. Anybody and everybody. If you're a decent person, you're not going to give up, well, guess what? I don't quit. I am not Ben Simmons, for crying out loud. If you know, you know. So is there anything that anyone wanted to add about that? By all means, speak and seek your peace. If there's anything you wanted to add to that, Teach, I mean, by all means. I can't. This was actually this was an abundance of questions we got.
So wow. I have one last thing to go over before we cut the show. And
yeah, that's right, your thing.
I'm sending this to you, a link for you to pull up on screen, because I don't know if this is drama. I don't know if this is just pure funny, because I find it's funny by who's doing it, but I think this is something interesting to pull up.
Oh boy.
Because I think it's partly a joke. Not like the company's joking, but I find it funny. And this is just recent as of today from the Twitter markings.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Phase rain 3 hours ago. Are y'all seriously still selling tropical rain after you scammed me all those years and I had to shut my mouth not to fuck up the deal with Phase? And using my logo and not paying me. Laugh my ass. Off, off, off. Technically, they still are selling tropical rain. And if they screwed that guy, well, I don't know. And here's W. Phase
And then
rain.
there's my favorite part is all the companies W is trying to pull on something like this.
We will gladly make you your own flavor and give you profits on.
Because W refers to G Fuel as big energy.
I will say though, one thing that I actually saw, and this was actually I found this on their TikTok. They went. It was at like some gas station, candy corner or candy aisle, whatever.
Wait, really? You made a TikTok about this?
They actually had on TikTok, what candy would you like us to collab with? And I'm like, I don't know. Considering you mentioned Starburst and you have no permission. Kind of funny about that, right? That they're talking about we'll give you the profits and everything else like that. I'm sorry. You don't pay Starburst to use their name. So don't throw stones.
Really did make a TikTok about it.
Just plain even field. But listen, when people talk about candy, Swedish Fish has been done, Starburst has been done. There's been a lot of candies that have been done by multiple energy drink companies. You gotta do something new. And especially since they've used another terminology that they're not supposed to use. They said the new green tubs, once they're out, they're gonna reformulate it. They said it's gonna taste like a green Jolly Rancher. As far as I'm concerned, they're playing with fire because if somebody wants to drop a lawsuit, like they're lucky that they don't have those attorneys that Monster Energy has. Because if Jolly Rancher brand and Starburst had the same lawyers that Monster Energy drink had, oh my God, W would have to file bankruptcy. It's that bad. But to their point, they actually got a sale going on. You could get 40% off your order if you order, I think it's over $80 worth of stuff. There was actually one guy that ordered $800 worth of product in one order just recently. They actually called the customer and verified with the bank to make sure that wasn't a scam. But it was legit. So $800 worth of product. Guess how much it was to ship the thing?
$16.
Yes. You looked at it, didn't you?
I did because we posted it on TikTok. Really made a TikTok. So if you aren't, follow us on TikTok.
Well, that was a comment on one of their videos, but yes. I was very surprised that $800 worth of product only cost the guy $16 to ship. But the guy ordered like, I don't know, some of these guys that are ordering tubs, like, what's the most you've ordered of one tub before in an order?
Like, what's the most amount or like single?
Like, I've never ordered more than 2 tubs of the same flavor in one order.
Yeah, same. 2 of the same is probably the most.
Even when it was peach iced tea at the time, right?
Yep.
These guys are ordering like 10 tubs of Dragonade at a time. That's crazy.
They must really like W that much. We should have them on the show to really get their opinion on W, because W has not been great.
You know, I gotta see if I can actually pull the rabbit out of the hat and see if one person is actually going to be on the show to actually see if they could defend him or not. Because again, product-wise, I actually like the Dragonade, but it's just everything else around it where I'm just kind of going, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like everyone's starting to do anime shakers. Like Advanced did an anime shaker. Rogue is doing an anime line. Like, you know, W did them, and They basically did a short-haired anime girl on 3 different colored shakers, and they sold out of them. Like, uniqueness. Come on. Uniqueness. But at the same time, have a little pride. Like, again, when I'm in the Juju community and I'm seeing all these creators all, laughing and having a good time, and they're, raising funds for the same charity, I'm about all that. But when you see these brands that are like gamers wanted, okay, what are we doing here? Like, what the hell are we doing here? And again, I think the reason why people buy is because I'll say this. It doesn't matter if it's a skateboard company, it doesn't matter if it's a t-shirt company or whatever. If you saw somebody endorsing a product but they weren't using it or wearing it, can you trust them? I wouldn't. It's like, hey, use my code in W checkout. What's in that shaker? Water. Bullshit, but okay. I don't know anyone that just drinks straight water out of a shaker, do you?
Normally, no, yes. I drink water out of a shaker.
Regularly? Really?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I guess I don't. I guess I just use the SpongeBob reference. Extreme thirst.
Yeah, no, I don't buy anything like that.
Well, I mean, I actually have this actually came in a 2-pack, and I need the other one for work. So this was actually just convenient. Just 2-for-1 deal.
But on that note, I have some homework this week, and I'm going to get on Relly's ass to get on some homework this week. And I have some homework from everybody. Professor Teach has homework for everybody, all right? So one, Relly and I for this next week have to go back and watch all 50 episodes we have made. Because we're going to come back next week and have a very fun, extra long episode where we're going to go over all of our favorite moments, all of our favorite clips. So if anybody listening on Spotify or is in the chat, anyway, whatever, if you have a favorite moment from an episode, if you have a favorite clip, please go to that video, timestamp it in the comments, let us know so I and Relly can go back and get a clip of it so we can also talk about it.
Or you could be like me, where you are at the desk and you write down on an index card.
Because I'm going to make Relly go through all 50 episodes this next week. I'm going to go through all 50 episodes this week. I think I'm honestly going to sit down and have my girlfriend watch all 50 episodes with me. But for real, if you guys have a favorite moment, please in the comments of the video, put down the timestamp or send it to Relly and I personally. Tell us your favorite moments of the show over the past year, whether it was a favorite moment, a favorite clip, whatever it may be. And if you guys have any questions at all, kind of like what Relly did tonight, please send them to our Twitter directly, send it to Relly or I directly. Post it somewhere so we can get it directly. You have many forms of contact to us. And as well, you can go on to our link tree. Guys, I'm not kidding. Follow our TikTok. Follow our Twitter. You can find Relly and I's personal Twitters as well and follow us on there. Hit up the socials. We're posting a lot of TikTok content. We're posting a lot more on Spotify, Twitter, everywhere. We're also about to hop on to Fresh Cut, which so far I'm not really impressed by Fresh Cut, but we're going to hop onto there as well. What's a TikTok? I posted TikTok a ton. It's at Caffeinated Podcast, or you can follow the link tree like right there. We may have been, honestly, I'll say it for us both, so I'm not ashamed. Relly and I may have been a little bit lazy on here and pushing out content, but 2023, baby, is going to be the Caffeinated Podcast year. We're going to boom more than ever. We're going to be on our game and better than ever. You best believe it.
You better believe it like Naruto, baby. So we're going to get our homework done. We're going to put on the show next week. We'll stay late if we have to. And by the way, use the bathroom beforehand because there's going to be a lot of laughs next week. You got that part because guess what? I just found out that I'm planning to have a short day next Monday, and it's an absolute freaking gift. So we got preparations in order. We got stuff to do, and we're going to here to just cherish everybody, laugh like hell, and have a good time. Why? Because that's what we're going to be doing on Cyber Monday. With that, everybody, stay safe, stay happy, stay well, and of course, stay caffeinated. You all deserve it. We're coming back strong next week. Thank you for having us be your favorite handsome co-host of Monday night, Ben Kabosh Ladas.